Welcome to TAS-Blasting, our series where we explore the weird and cheap world of Star Trek, the animated series, the chronically underwatched, forgettable part of Star Trek fandom.
On today's episode, we're doubling down into Season 1, Episode 3, One of Our Planets is Missing!
It's not ice. They checked that one first. This one starts off with a very tense captain's log. There's a huge cosmic cloud trying to work its way into the outer fringes of our galaxy.
They have to go to the edge of the galaxy? They kind of play fast and loose with ship speeds in the animated series, huh?
You have no idea. The speed of light is more of a polite suggestion than a cosmic law.
So Starfleet Command has sent the Enterprise to investigate because they're the only vessel in the vicinity of the phenomenon. Do.
So they find themselves in the Pallas 14 system and the planet Man-Titties.
Want to try that again?
Why? What'd I say?
Which contains Mantilles, the most remote inhabited planet in the entire Federation.
They start checking out the cloud, and we get our first lines from Lieutenant Arex, our orange friend on the bridge. Finally, a cool alien on the bridge.
It's immense. Twice the diameters of Saturn, Jupiter, and Neptune together.
Not quite the voice I imagined for such a badass looking dude. But hey, this guy is tripled up on everything. And I mean everything. Thank you, Tumblr. Get a Klingon man and a Dosian together. That's a full house, baby.
So while they're deciding how to fumigate the sector, the cloud swallows up the planet whole.
Its mass is definitely growing smaller.
Spock, is it possible the cloud consumes planets?
Now that's a spicy meatball.
It's just an appetizer, though, because the cloud starts slowly wafting over toward Mantilles, menacingly.
Mantilles. Oh, okay, now I hear it.
Sir, the cloud is changing course.
That's impossible.
Kirk slams the pedal down.
Mr. Sulu, increase speed to warp 8. Push it to the limit.
Kirk makes another log entry, which is a bitch and whine session about how he doesn't know what to do about the clouds. Meh.
Bones twists the knife a little bit and reminds Kirk that millions of lives are on the line.
And Spock finishes the kill by telling everyone this thing, in all likelihood, wants to eat the whole damn galaxy like the hungriest of hippos.
They fiff-faff about telling the people of Mantilles whether or not they're gonna die.
But that's a no-brainer, right? I mean, I feel like you should tell them. Not only can they get away, but also looting.
Oh yeah, the looting's gonna be a real sweet treat down there. Let me tell you. Bones asked about the governor there on the outpost, and Kirk could not help but remember the illustrious and extravagant Bob Wesley.
That's my third-grade science teacher.
With a name like that, you're pretty much limited in career choices. Teacher, accountant, maybe software engineer.
Or apparently governor of a very doomed planet. Yay.
Oh yeah, all the shit jobs.
But Kirk decides to tell old Bob that his planet is on the menu. Yum yum.
They know my pain.
So they leave him a very awkward voicemail, I guess.
Lieutenant Uhura, send a priority 1 call to Governor Wesley on Mantilles.
Aye, sir. Hey, so you know that planet you guys all lived on? Past tense?
Just before the cloud turns on the ship and starts looking at it like a little popcorn shrimp.
They try to beat feet out of there, but it's got them by the ghoulies.
So Kirk pops the phasers right at its cloudy masshole and gives the most casual fire order in the history of Star Trek.
Fire.
Sorry a massive hungry space cloud is so boring for you, Captain, but can you take this seriously? Anyway, it's no good. The cloud eats those phasers up, yum yum yum, like so many strands of spaghetti.
And they find themselves deep in the gullet of this galactass with some kidney stones bearing down on them.
They break out the old ultrasonic therapy box and zap them stones what good. All the boys in the audience just winced.
A very relieved Kirk catches his breath while Spock gives him the rundown.
This cloud is alive! And it drinks way too many sodas.
Bones slightly disagrees with Spock, just because, but isn't too happy about all those stones floating about. Apparently they're digesting the ship. Ugh, I'm starting to get triggered by this.
They get a call back from Governor Bobby, and Kirk takes it in his private quarters.
Transfer it to my quarters.
Jeez, I Guess these two are closer than we think.
This is a pretty heavy FaceTime. Bob's not taking this news well and makes the choice to save the children. Also, I expect every governor on TV to have a heavy local accent, so this was disappointing.
Yes, very disappointing. Back on the Enterprise, Kirk is getting a little terse with the crew.
I need your help, gentlemen.
They're coming to grips with the fact that they're swimming around in the belly of a space beast, and they have to look at the scans they've got so far.
And according to those fantastic charts, they're in the mouth. At least, that's how they're choosing to look at it.
But there is a shining light at the end of this space gullet.
But there's another opening up there on top.
A cosmic escape hole at the other end.
And no one at all can admit that it's the Cloud's asshole thanks to cartoon censorship. Boomer. Kirk orders the ship deeper into the belly, and this thing does not like them there at all. This thing has antimatter guts.
And these are giving Scotty a hell of a time down in engineering. This thing is sucking all the power away.
Which always everything does forever and always.
Forever.
And so they continue their fantastic voyage, magic school bus style, into the guts of the sky, and Kirk kicks down to engineering to whip Scotty's ass into gear.
Scotty comes up with some absolute nonsense to steal some of the Cloud's guts and jam it together with chunks of the planet.
Captain, you said that villi are antimatter. If we could get a piece of it,
Then we can cut a piece of the antimatter villi with the tractor beam and transport it aboard like that.
Take it into the antimatter nacelle, put it into the regenerating chamber, and release the and it would regenerate. We'd have enough power for the engines and the shields to go on maximum again.
While they execute this master plan, we get to see the inside of the famous matte painting of the engine room we all saw in TOS. Yay!
The weird injector things actually add a lot of tension to the scene with all that laser beam sounds.
They set everything up, beam their beams, and it works! Scotty looks a little disappointed, though. I think he was hoping that things...
Blew up? Yeah. I'm getting the same sad death wish read you're getting.
He only ever seems excited when he has to do something crazy and dangerous for the ship. Our Scotty is a bit of a thrill seeker.
Or just a little sex freak.
That too. So they're back in business. The ship's all juiced up and the hole's the goal.
Kirk is back in the big seat, and Spock gives him the haps.
This thing has a brain. Who'd have thought? And if it has a brain, we can kill it.
Spock does not like this idea at all. But Kirk has had enough of this stink bag, and he's ready to put this big boy out of his misery.
Bones is practically salivating at the prospect of seeing this thing wither and die. My dude, issues.
Yeah, I love Bones' bloodlust.
I know you do.
Spock throws a wrench in the plan and tells them all that the best way to kill this thing is to blow up the damn ship.
A self-destruct plot in the 3rd episode. Bold. They hop back on a FaceTime with Bob, and he's pretty fucked up. They got 5,000 kids off the planet out of 82 million people, not including his own daughter. Mwah.
What, did they run out of buses or something? That's pathetic.
Kirk checks one more time with Spock before pressing that big, red, delicious self-destruct button. Not even a cool code this time, kind of disappointing.
You know the button's a classic.
I do love a button.
He needs to know if they can talk and suggested maybe Spock tries a mind meld.
Which Spock is way ready to provide. Vulcans talk a big game about how mind melds are like sacred and private and intimate, but Spock really does love getting deep in those alien strangers' minds, huh?
Oh yeah, every chance he gets.
Slut.
He says he'll need the ship's computer alone for like 5, maybe 10 minutes, and then he'll be up and ready to meld.
He starts the meld, and I'll be damned if he isn't putting the old razzle-dazzle on this one.
Excellent showmanship at play here.
Jazz hands. This cloud hears him, though. Must have worked. And it has no idea what's going on.
Spock walks the cloud through the whole dang situation and tries to get it to understand, but he's not getting through.
He suggests a little cosmic starter exercise from the Cloud Sutra.
She consents, reluctantly, and he gets down to business.
Listen to me. I'm going to come into your thoughts. And at the same time, you will come into mine.
Necessary?
Yes, very.
They pull off a little Freaky Friday action, and the cloud zaps into Spock's body.
The Cloud is loving this body, and who wouldn't, and gets a good feel for these little creepies in her tummy. They even have Uhura put up a little slideshow of happy Earth good times to convince her not to chomp on them.
Spock has done it. The Enterprise makes her exit, and the Cloudula takes her leave as well. She was lucky that cloud was a vegan.
Spock has a cigarette after a job well done, and they even managed to find a way out of the cloud that's not its asshole.
Fully confirming that it was, in fact, the asshole and they just couldn't admit it.
Yup. And as we close out, fully not acknowledging the 5,000 children floating unsupervised in space, or the likely intense panicking and looting on Mantilles, and Kirk is dying to know what it was like for Spock to become one with a space cloud.
Spock, my man, you gotta tell me what it was like.
Like warm apple pie, Jim? Like warm apple pie.
So, Irma there, what'd you think of this one?
Well, I've never been a fan of Vor, and this gave me a bellyful. The Enterprise crew nearly bit off more than they could chew. I could have talked about how ridiculous the Technobabble plan was, but I bit my tongue. I'm glad the Cloud could find it in herself not to eat that planet. That would have been in poor taste.
Holding that one in for a while, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Feels good. But yeah, 4 out of 10. Cloud just flew off. It was too easy. Boo.
Oh my god, yes, this was the most exciting, lame episode ever. So many nothings happened. I don't know. This one's gonna get a low rating from me. So many stupid tropes, and I know it's old enough to be the grandfather of tropes, but I don't care. It's lame, it's lazy. This one gets a, arm out of leg. No, that's a very bad rating.
I got that. That's what's so frustrating. I understood that arm out of leg meant bad, and it makes me very angry.
The conversion rate is very convenient.
No, shut up. So, thanks for joining us again here on TAS-Blasting. Tune in next time for Season 1, Episode 4, The Lorelei Signal. And if you're thinking on missing out or skipping that episode, let me just tell you, it's about space sirens, and someone's getting the life sucked out of them. Ooh.
Go to sleep, you little baby.
I love you. Stop.
Be sure to like and subscribe if you're out there. We're doing the hard work here watching these episodes, and it would mean a lot to us, and it would help to grow the channel.
And we would like that.
Actually, yes, our very lives depend on your likes and subscribes. If you don't do that, we're gonna die.
I'll be thrown into the hamper. The cat will pee on me.
I thought you paid extra for that.
You would.
I do.
But seriously, folks.
Don't eat me. I'm a ruined cake.